Hey crafty friends, this is Jenny from crafttestdummies.com, and today I have a tutorial for you. Today I'm going to show you how to do some Decoden or Decoden, depending on how you pronounce it, and I'm going to show you how to use some laminate chips to make these fun zipper pulls that either you can make or you can make with the kids. And if you get really ambitious, you can make your own cell phone case. Stay tuned, I'll show you how. To make this craft, you're going to need some basic supplies. First, you're going to need a surface, and for today, I'm going to use one of these laminate chip samples that I got from the home goods store. If you're only making one or two, feel free to just borrow the samples and take them, but if you want more, just ask. Often they have strings and strings of these that are discontinued that they're happy to give to you to recycle. You're also going to need some molding paste or spackling compound to act as your base. And I just reviewed the Decoden Bling. Look for a link to that review, but you could also use a light molding paste or even the whipped spackle from Faber-Castell. You're also going to want something to spread your spackle around with, and I like to use a palette knife, but use what you have on hand. You're also going to need some gems or buttons or flatback crystals. If you are using buttons, you're going to want to have a handy set of shank snippers. This is so that you can literally just snip the shanks off of the buttons and now they're flat on the back. The other thing that may be handy is a little grabby tool if you're doing a lot of work with flat back crystals. This makes it easy to pick them up and dip them into your spackle so that it doesn't get all over your hands. Alright, let's get started. First, you have two options. For this one, I literally piped the Decoden Bling right on, leaving these big puffy, almost clouds. This one I spread it on and then used a palette knife to smooth it out. So decide which look you like best. I think I'm going to go for a little bit smoother today. So what I'm going to do is flip it over. I'm actually not even going to do anything to the back at this point. I'm just going to use this unfinished side and I'm going to squeeze some on and use my palette knife to frost it literally all over the surface. Isn't that fun? This stuff really does look just like frosting, and I would guess that if you wanted to do some fake foods, like a fake cupcake, that this would be great stuff to use. And I'm just going to kind of go around. I'm not going to get too particular about the edges or the hole for right now, although we will want to have that open at the end. Okay, so the next thing you have to decide is, do you want to leave it white or do you want to have a little bit of color? And today I want some color, so I'm going to use a little bit of Glimmer Mist. And the nice thing is I can just mist this right on, and I love how the texture even shows up a little bit. But the good news is that this a water-based product does not interact with another water-based product, except make it a little slower to dry. And actually, that could be a really good thing depending on how quickly you work. And next, I'm going to add some of these big flat back crystals. Aren't they pretty? These ones I think came from Doris a while ago, and I'm just going to use the flowers. Now, you can embed anything. You can embed beads. Alphabet beads would be really fun if you wanted to do kind of that look. You could just kind of old rhinestones, old jewelry that you have laying around, and you can even smush it around a little bit and have fun with it. Now we're going to fill in the next layer. A good rule of thumb is to start with the biggest items first and then fill in with the smaller ones. So now I'm going to use my little grabby tool, and I am literally going to grab some of these and add them as well. This is a great way to use up some of your little odds and ends of things that you might have lying around from different projects. Now I'm going to go ahead and use even smaller crystals to fill in more of the empty spaces. Now I've gone ahead and I filled in as many spaces as I can with those little rhinestones. By the way, another little note, you can always use the edge of the palette knife to kind of nudge things back in and tap things down to keep the top more level. So also use the best crystals you can, because really it's worth the shine. You just want to have the nice sparkly crystals. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually use a little bit of glitter, just because I like even more shine. And of course it'll only stick to the wet media. It will not stick to all of your embellishments. So I can tip it over, and this stuff really sticks on so well. I can just tap it off like so, and it's almost done. The last thing I would do is maybe use a wet wipe, not a wet wipe, a Q-tip, cotton swab, and just make sure that the hangy hole is nice and open so that we can use it as a zipper pull. So now we'll set this aside to dry. I would say leave it for about a day, and then use like a cosmetic brush, like a blush brush, to just lightly dust off the excess glitter, and it will be ready to go. So I'll show you a few of the ones that are already dry. So as I showed you at the beginning of the video, you can really have a lot of fun with these. It's like little mini works of art. If you're making one for a child's backpack, you might want to use some themey buttons. If you have leftover rhinestones or whatever, that's really cute. And then here's a cell phone case that I made in pretty much the same manner. So that's what we got. It's your introduction to Decoden and how to make Decoden zipper pulls. I hope you found this fun and informative. Please give it a thumbs up, and we would love it if you subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and have a crafty day. Hey, before you go, why don't you take a look over there for some other videos you might really enjoy. Thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe. Bye!